You gotta feed your mind every day. If you don't feed your mind, life just starts to happen. I don't care how smart you are, how strong you are, how inspired you are, how committed you are. You know, the world today follows us around, and we all know that what gets our attention today, what makes something news, is something that's usually not that attractive, not very positive. I'm not saying to be positive, but the truth is, if you walk by a newspaper in the old days, when we all read newspapers, today the news follows us in our pocket, but what if it had a thing that said great weather this weekend, you looked at it and said great, and you kept walking, but if the newspaper said big storm coming, you put 50 cents in and you got that newspaper. You know, today the news goes in your pocket, the news goes everywhere, and what's news is if it bleeds, it leads. If it's horrible, it's going to get your attention. But what's wrong is always available, and so is what's right. And so be fair with yourself. When you come back from this event, there's some things I'm sure you've done that are not what you want to be. But all this is about continuous progress. If you want to be happy, remember one thing: progress equals happiness. That's it. I don't care if you got home and, after a little while you looked in the mirror and you go, I was 38 pounds overweight, now I'm 36. It's been a week, and you're frustrated. That's called being human. But remember, progress. If you can keep making progress, that 36 will be 30, it'll be 28, it'll be 20, it'll be 12, and you'll be fit and strong. But you got to keep the momentum going. Momentum is the hardest part, and we work so hard to generate that together in the event that you don't want to let that thing go to waste. So think about feeding your mind every day. How are you going to do it? I'd love it if you participate with me in any of my programs, but I don't want money to be any limitation. So I'm going to put a link here. You can go watch a bunch of videos that I've got. There's an audio link here. You can download the first part of Ultimate Edge. Or I encourage you, if you don't have it, get Ultimate Edge or get one of the programs I have that are designed to let you use what I call net time, no extra time, where you can listen to something while you're driving in your car because you're doing that already, or while you're working out, or while you're cleaning the house, so that you feed your mind. Because good ideas, great insights don't interrupt you. You got to pursue them. And this is what I've done my entire life. I didn't go to one event with Jim Rohn and then suddenly everything was perfect for life. I realized I've got to feed this mind. In fact, he taught me, Tony, every day, he said, stand guard at the door of your mind. He said, because weeds grow automatically. You don't have to work on weeds. And sometimes your best friend, even by accident, plants that seed in your mind. He used to say to me, the metaphor he'd always give, he'd say, Tony, and he wouldn't just tell me this, he'd tell everybody this, right? But he'd say to me, Tony, let me ask you a question. He said, what if you have coffee and he said, what if your worst enemy puts sugar in your coffee? What happens? And I'd say, you got sweet coffee. And then he'd say, and he'd always ask the same question. He goes, what if your best friend, even by accident, put one drop of strychnine in your coffee? He didn't mean to, it was by accident. He said, well, then what would happen? I said, I'd be dead. He goes, that's right. Life is sugar and strychnine, and you better watch your coffee. He said, stand guard at the door of your mind. What you let in, yourself and other people, and the best way to stand guard is proactively feed it. So my whole life was shaped by saying every day, there's not going to be a single day where I don't read 30 minutes and I don't listen to something at least 30 minutes. And when I say read 30 minutes, I don't mean read the internet. I mean go get something. Go get somebody's biography. Go get a book on the subject you want to master. Go feed your mind with something proactive, not the stuff that's going to grab your attention on Twitter. Nothing wrong with it, but that's not the same time I'm talking about. And 30 minutes of listening, because sometimes hearing somebody's voice is more powerful than just reading the words. Plus, it doesn't take any extra time. And so I used to travel down to Los Angeles to this place called Night Education, K-N-I-G-H-T, like a knight with a sword. And I would go hear this man, this Jewish man owned this place, and he was phenomenal. He knew every audio that had ever been done by anybody in those days. And I would come and take together all the money that I'd saved, which wasn't a whole lot. I was working as a janitor, and I'd get these audios and I'd feed my mind. I still do it to this day. In the world we live in today, you don't just need my audios, they're available anywhere. So if you'd like, you can try Ultimate Edge if you don't already have it, and go to my website and you get it. That's one of our graduates here for $14.95 as a 30-day trial where you have zero risk, and then if you want to keep it, they'll bill it to you over 90 days. As one of the graduates of UPW, you can do that on any subject. So if you want to go master your relationship, you want to go master finance, you want to go master time, I don't care what subject it is. If we got a topic and you call your PAR and you let them know you're a graduate of UPW, they'll give you that same $14.95 trial. So basically you're paying shipping and you get to try the thing. But feed your mind. But I don't want money to be the limitation, so you can do it free, you can do it that, but you got to feed your mind.